Up next, the Mavericks taking on the Pelicans. For the Dallas Mavericks, they've started the season with an even 1-1 split, shooting to get on the better side of 500 tonight. Pelicans, Mavs. Don't leave your seat. We'll be right back. The NBA on 2K Sports. It's a beautiful Sunday afternoon. With Stan Van Gundy and Greg Anthony and Allie LaForce on our sideline, and the starting lineup for the Pelicans. Peters out there with Scotty Barnes. Then it's King, and it's Flanders in at the shooting guard. And for Dallas, they've got Alexander Sarr. Flagg is out there with Barnes. Then there's Harden, and it's George in at the 1 spot. Coach, this early on in the season, what was the emphasis for you and your staff when you were coaching?
Well, look, Kevin, we really wanted to learn our strengths and find the best way to play to them. Of course, discovering your strengths is much easier for teams with a superstar. But either way, it's about discovering the kind of basketball your team needs to play.
Buries the long-range jumper.
A jumper with a nice high release. George was ready to attack the second he got the ball.
It's time to send it over now to our reporter, Allie LaForce.
A bit ago, Jason Kidd and I were able to chat. One player he is worried about in particular is Scotty Barnes because of the way he affects every phase of the game. You need points. There he is. You need a stop or a big rebound. He's got you. Anything asked of him, he can do it at a high level. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, Allie, thanks.
Well, that one should be in his wheelhouse, but just off the mark.
Here's Flanders. Six on the shot clock. Played in with a nice touch off the glass.
How about the head of steam he's able to generate right there and just gets to the rack really easy.
Now, here's Hardy. Defense right on him. Flagg with it to the right side. And that one's good. Hardy.
Well, with his skill and confidence with the ball, if you put him in position, he'll reward you.
Pass to Flanders. Launches a three, nailed from three-point land. Flanders has got 7 points in the game. Now Flagg. George sets a screen for Flagg. Down low, and Sarr throws it down.
It really does make the game easy for your teammates when you can lead them to the rim that well with a pass.
Flanders the pass to Peters, and good that time.
And the coaching staff has to be happy with how they've shot the ball here early on.
Pass to Hardy. Now Flagg. This game he had 12, and it's George missing.
And the great shooters know when they've got enough opening to go for the three. I didn't think it was a bad choice on that possession.
Here's Flanders. His three-pointers off the mark.
Finding space on the perimeter, but he couldn't capitalize.
Pass to Flagg. Dallas moving the ball around. And there's the drive, and Flagg throws it down.
Wow, look at how quick he flashes to the rim there for the finish.
And what you love about Cooper Flagg, GA, he's committed with playing the game the right way.
Yeah, I mean, even back in middle school, he would binge watch the '86 Celtics, a team known for its high IQ. And I like to see this. They're calling his number early, and he's delivering.
Yeah, well, his offensive contributions are going to be very important in this game. So it's good they've already got him in a rhythm.
To the middle. Back to Sarr. Connects from three-point range. He has 5.
And he's not going to miss that sort of an opportunity from deep.
Pass to King. Over to the left wing. Marks. And again, no good by New Orleans. Mavericks leading by 5. Barnes looking around. Inside. Here's Sarr. Basket is good. The assist from Barnes. 7 points for Alex Sarr.
And don't look now, but they're starting to extend this lead.
Well, look, we've seen that no lead is safe these days. You got to keep scoring and extending that margin.
Here's King. Lays it up and banks it in.
And their post play has been really solid right off the bat.
Pass the flag. Back to George for the 3. It's rebounded by New Orleans. Here's Marks. This game he had 12. Here's Flanders. The shot from 20 feet away. Another one falls for New Orleans.
Look, you love to see this kind of team chemistry. Let's see more of that.
And George kicks to Barnes. Pass to Hardy. Over Flanders. And the Mavericks getting another bucket right there. Pelicans trail by 5. Here's Flanders. Last time out he had 14 points. King's shot is off.
He may have had too much time to think about it.
Here we go, one-on-one. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
And you don't ever want to get into the habit of letting the offense get to the rim.
And a chance for just a second now to check out a big group substitution here for New Orleans. And here's George. He had 15 points last outing. Pass to Flag. Sarr sets the screen for Flag. In the corner, George with it. Just 5 to shoot. Latrey. Ramsey with the rebound.
And even against defense as tight as that, you almost expect him to still bury those.
George out there with Hardy. Then it's Alexander Sarr. Then it's Flag. And it's Barnes in at the power forward position. That's the lineup out there for the Mavericks. Pass to George. There's the 3. Pelicans with the rebound.
Well, that is stifling coverage on the perimeter. That's how you stop a good shooter in his tracks.
George against King. Makes it off the glass. King's got 4 points now in the quarter.
And defensively, that's just not going to cut it.
Pass to Hardy. In the corner, it's Flag. Outside, George for 3. And he's good on the 3-ball. George has got 11 points.
You know, he's had better starts, obviously, but he's shaking it off here in the second.
And it's sent back by George. Now, here's Hardy. He's got 16. Outside, George. And Sarr throws it down.
Super work on the boards. Boy, they really want to put their foot down on him now.
Yeah, and once you've got him on the ropes, Greg, just keep swinging away.
Yeah, this is the spot where coaches want you to be relentless. Don't even give them a glimpse of hope.
Ramsey passes to King. And it's good with time running down on the shot clock. He's got 8.
And I need to see some more assertiveness out of these defenders.
Pass to Flag. Sarr with a screen on Henderson. Here's Flag. George looking over the floor. And Sarr throws it down.
And he can do a lot more damage to the rim than that when he wants to.
Oh, you're right. And with the lead they're enjoying, I'm surprised he didn't put a little something extra on that one. King outside. Pass to Cotton. King against George. Yep, it goes, and the Dallas lead is cut down to just 10 points on the bucket from King. Outside, George. Sarr finds George. Back to Sarr, and Sarr throws it down.
George keeping those eyes alert.
Pelicans trail by 12. King outside, pass to Cotton. King inside, working on George. New Orleans moving it around. King the best to get it. And it's flagged with the rebound. Mavericks leading by 12 to the paint. And that one, good. 21 points for Alex Sarr.
And they keep hammering away at him inside, forcing the ball into the paint.
Ramsey passes to King. Here's Ramsey. King outside, back to Henderson. Here's Cotton. Mavericks with the rebound. Sarr's got 4 rebounds in this game. And Slim picks up the foul. That's his first foul.
Second team foul.
Sarr, the pass to George. Pass to flag. Shot clock at 5. From outside the arc.
Well, despite his lack of efficiency, the team has put together a good offensive effort today.
5 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Shot is good, and the Mavericks lead is cut down to just 12 points with the basket from Cotton.
Well, it doesn't get any easier than this. They'll take these shots every time.
Pass to flag. And a miss there on the triple. Here's Ramsey. And that does it for the first half of play. Mavericks lead by 12. We'll see you back here after the break for third quarter basketball.
Thanks for tuning in. Did you miss us? Before we discuss the game at hand, let's first check out the upcoming schedule.
When I look at the Mavericks, you can already see they have the makings of a good team, but they also have things to iron out.
Splitting the first 2 games, this next one could indicate which direction they're headed. Now let's talk about that first half. What an impressive performance for the Dallas Mavericks.
They're playing the way they're supposed to. Run the offense until you get a good look. Not complicated at all.
I disagree. Patience and perspective is complicated. That's why many teams can't do it.
Thanks for joining us. Now let's toss it to Kevin Harlan for the start of the second half.
And after a very lopsided first half, we'll see if things play out a little more evenly here in the second. You look at Alex Sarr in this game, he's been everywhere.
And he's been a monster in this game, throwing down some huge dunks. And I wasn't sure the rim would even survive in that first half.
Well, as a defense, you can't allow him that much room in the post. That's just asking for trouble.
So for New Orleans right now, they've got King, Barnes out there with Marks, and Flanders in at the 2.
Assists like that have typified their effort today. Terrific ball movement.
King outside. Pass to Marks. Another shot. Back to King. Here's Flanders. Lets the 3 fly. And it's flagged with the rebound. Weig's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Right now, let's take a second to catch up with Allie LaForce on the sidelines.
Thanks, guys. The Dallas Mavericks are all in on defense. Coach Jason Kidd said, quote, "That's something you can hang your hat on, especially when your offense isn't going. Defense will give you a chance to win those ugly games. That gives you the opportunity to play for that bigger trophy." Kevin, back to you.
Yeah, gotta have it. All right, Allie, thank you for the report. George, 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
Second personal foul.
And Greg is a former point guard in this league. Give us your top 4 generals of all time, the guys that could direct the floor and could control a game.
Wow, if we're talking traditional point guards, I mean, I gotta go Magic, Isaiah, CP3's in that conversation, Jason Kidd. But I've got a separate list for that hybrid point guard, right? Which that includes guys like Steph, Iverson, West, and the great Oscar Robertson.
Weig with it. He has 5. Sarr finds George. Let's go. It's rebounded by Scotty Barnes.
Good D. Got in his space and disrupted his rhythm.
King's shot is off.
Ouch. 5 shots without a make. That's a really ragged start coming out of halftime.
And that one's good. Flag.
Yeah, this looks like a pregame shoot-around with all the threes they're allowing.
Spins. They need this one. And the layup is up and in. That's 12 points for Slim.
I mean, he's doing all he can. He needs help out there.
And Slim picks up the foul. That's his 3rd foul of the game.
Second team foul.
Just over 2.5 minutes gone by here in the second half. Here's Hardy. It's rebounded by Scotty Barnes. Barnes has got his 5th rebound right now in the game. That one falls.
Special move from a very versatile Scotty Barnes.
Dallas leading by 16. And Sarr throws it down.
Flying high and throwing it down with the one-hand.
One of his favorite moves right there, guys. Peters kicks it over to Marks. Here's Barnes. It's rebounded by Dallas. Weig's got his 6th rebound on the night. Here's George. It's rebounded by New Orleans.
That's a surprise. I mean, really out of character for him to miss when the defense is not right up on him.
George against King. Pass to Flanders. They get the rebound. A second chance effort. Here's Marks. Drains it from beyond the arc. Marks has got 11.
Yeah, this is when they need to lean on him more. Get him the ball and let him build some momentum.
Back to George. And here's Hardy. Top of the key. And it's King with the rebound. King's got 5 rebounds tonight.
Yeah, not at his most efficient this quarter. He's got to work on finding high percentage shots.
Again and again, they're dissecting the defense and creating those high percentage.
Pelicans trail by 16. They've got flag. Peyton Watson is out there with Daniel Gafford. Then there's Cole Anthony. And it's Flowers and at the 3 slot. That's the lineup in the game for Dallas. The Mavericks shooting here about 46% for the game. Anthony taking his time here. Here's Flag. Hughes covering. Just 5 on the clock. Count that bucket. And it's 13 points for Cooper Flag.
Another good play. This is how they built the lead, calling on the right guys at the right time.
Yeah, come on. They're just having their way out there and continuing to press the advantage. Well, that's a shot you don't mind him taking. Gets a good look and trusts his shot to knock down the 3.
We've played just over 1 minute here in the 4th quarter. Gafford, and Gafford throws it down.
Well, he's a bit of an undersized center. However, His leaping ability can certainly mask that.
Massey, the pass to King. And another one in the scoring column for him. He's 7 of 10 from the field. Dallas leading by 15. Here's Flag. It's rebounded by New Orleans. King's got 6 rebounds in the game. Pass to Bassey. In the corner, it's Flag. Now Anthony. Hughes covering. Now Flag. 5 on the clock. There's the triple. Bassey pulls it in. Pelicans trail by 15. Pass to Hughes. Just a little under 2.5 minutes have passed now here in the fourth. Stolen away. Here's Flowers. Here's Gafford. Bassey defending. 6 to shoot. Pass to Watson. Lays it up off the glass.
And Matador defense, that's one of the easiest shots he is ever going to see.
An unorganized defense like that is not going to help them close this deficit.
And here is King. To the inside. Henderson. Lead pass was put in just the right spot. Henderson's got his first points of the game.
Well, the screen is what gave him space to make his move.
And we've got a timeout called by Jason Kidd. Clearly, he's got something his players need to hear. And immediately. Dallas making a switch here. Barnes is checked in. Now, let's take a minute to talk to Allie LaForce courtside. Allie.
Thanks, guys. Jason Kidd had some words for his team over the break. He said, keep it going, guys. Ride this wave of momentum. We're playing great right now, but we can't let up. Guys, back to you.
All right, Allie, thank you for that. Dallas needs to get off a shot. Hughes against Barnes. Hughes kicks to Henderson. Puts it up from 15. And the rebound goes to the Mavericks. Their biggest lead of the game was 21. Flag. That's good, and the assist goes to Watson. 15 points for Cooper Flag.
If the possession ends with a shot in close, you've done something right.
Anthony against King. And so it looks like the Pelicans will retain possession here. And some changes here for the Mavericks. Alexander Song. He's checked in for Daniel Gafford. Hardy comes in for Peyton Watson. And George is subbed in for Anthony. Intercepted. Here's Song. Nobody near George. And the Mavericks getting another bucket right there. And a closer look here at the hustle stats for Dallas.
Well, they've shown just outstanding effort defensively, and it's resulted in several forced turnovers.
And let's not forget how dominant they've been defensively. Great job of forcing some tough shots, often leading to blocks.
Gets it to go from beyond the arc.
And now he's starting to get it going. 4 3-pointers in the game for him, and 3 have come in this half.
Pass to Bassey, and stolen by Song. Here's Barnes. Oh, he blocked it and deflects off the backboard. King, the pass to Bassey. And again, New Orleans has no luck.
Yeah, loose coverage by the defense, but he just couldn't make them pay.
Now here's King to halt the run. Pass to Hughes. 5 to shoot. Tries again. And it's Flag with the rebound. Flag's got 8 rebounds in this game. Sarr's shot is off.
Well, give credit to the defense for cutting him off. Normally, that'd be easy points for him at the rim.
King with it. Now defended by Flag. King inside. Henderson outside. Releases. King's shot is off.
Yeah, I'm not sure if he's going to be able to shoot his way out of this one or not.
Here's Barnes. George against King. George, no good.
Well, if you have the space, you have to take that shot. He missed it, but he's trying to keep the defense honest.
King, the pass to Bassie. Mavericks with the rebound. Sars got rebound number 13 for him here tonight, and Slim picks up the foul. That's his fourth foul of the contest.
You know what? You've got to always be in control of your emotions.
Barnes outside. Flag with it. Outside, George. Sars sets the screen for George. To the wing on the left. Dallas moving the ball around. Dallas again missing.
Well, 3 triples in the first half, but he seems to have gone cold from distance since the break.
King outside, into the lane. Greg, one thing that doesn't show up in the box score, and maybe should, screen assists. They're a big part of the game.
Without question. I mean, the art of setting a great screen, I think, is underappreciated. Giving those guys their just due with the screen assist on a made bucket is, I'm fine with that.
And it's flag missing.
And, you know, he's a threat from deep, no doubt about it, but it just has not been there for him tonight. You might want to change your game plan a little bit offensively.
King. It's rebounded by Dallas. Sars, Dallas leading by 20. Barnes outside. Throws it up high, and Sars throws it down.
And the pass there floated it up to the precise spot it needed to be.
And no messing around on the finish. He powers it through. Pass to Ramsey. Shoots over Hardy. The shot by Ramsey, no good. And it's Barnes with the ball for the Mavericks. They have a 22-point lead. It's the most they've led by. Now, here is George. Here's Shaw. Misses the baby hook. Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
Yeah, and he seems to have lost his rhythm all of a sudden. This has not been his quarter.
George against Henderson. Now George. Sars sets the screen for George. Offline with his 3. King outside. Stan, we've seen teams make surprising playoff runs only to falter the next year. Team trajectory is not always a straight line, clearly.
No, absolutely, Kevin. I would think in most cases it's not a straight line. Because, look, the other teams are all trying to win, too. That's what makes things different. So you might be slightly off the next year and someone else makes a big jump, and then it looks like your decline is a lot bigger than it is. Every year is a new year.
And again, no good by New Orleans. Mavericks leading by 22. Pass to Hardy. Now Sar. Here's Flag. A 3 from Barnes. Bangs home the trifecta.
And as we head to the final buzzer here, a crushing blowout. Big-time dominance, and this will go in the record books as a gaudy win for the Mavericks.
The sheer volume of three-pointers was the deciding factor tonight, it seemed.
Yeah, they sink one and then do it again, and that strategy did work.
And so with this, they'll end up with their second win on the year.
They can chalk this one up, but these two teams will see plenty more of one another before the season's over.
The one player that really stands out, of course, in this one, it was a dazzling game for Alex Zong.
Every time he shot it, it seemed like it was going to drop in. And if it didn't, everyone was surprised.
Well, sharp interior passing is so important. The best way to create high percentage buckets.
We've got 33 seconds left to play in the final quarter. On the wing, Barnes. From deep, George. He's off on that one.
Well, he wants to shoot his way out of this cold spell, but the struggles continue.
Yeah, I get it, but you don't want him forcing things. It's better to get your shots within the flow of the offense.
So no problem for Dallas as they get the win, and the outcome of this one was never in doubt.
And boy, they really put in a supreme effort. It just felt like once they had